Every place has a story, and Bob's Cabins is no different. It is a small, quiet resort on the north shore of Lake Superior. I heard a lot about the cabins. I heard a lot about the resort, their philosophy. The resort now run by a man, he was himself a workaholic who created a place where people can come and actually do nothing. I went to meet the owner of Bob's Cabins, Bell. I spent a few days at Bob's Cabins. I sat with Bell and I asked him, how did it all start and how Bob's Cabins earned its name?
The Norwegian homesteaders built the cabins, and they had a little kind of a shacky farmhouse here and some milk cows and some things like that, and they fished and they logged. And then they sold it after World War II to a guy named Bob.
Oh,
And he's changed it to his own name. Jacobson's Cabins became Bob's Cabins.
I see. There is a mystique about Bob's Cabins. People keep on coming years and years. But Bell has a theory about that.
I have a theory of why the cabins feel so good,
Okay.
and it's because they only have 6 to 6.5 foot high walls. And I think our species was designed to go into things. Um, Today we build these homes with these spacious rooms, and when I know we like that sometimes, but when we really want to be by ourselves and personal, I think we want to be in a small space. So,
Started my life. I was in a small village.
oh yeah,
People were living by river, lakes, and simple life under a tree, whatever. Then modern life came, took this away from us, moved us to the city,
yeah.
cut the trees, get away from whatever. Now we have to pay hundreds and thousands of dollars to
Yeah.
recreate that.
I know. I tease
Why?
people. I tease people that every time I take something away from them, I charge them more. Because where are you going to go where you don't have Wi-Fi and you don't have TV? So where can you go? You have to pay to not have things around.
Well, I met some of the people who are actually staying there and asked them what is the attraction.
Just love coming here. It's so beautiful and peaceful, and the lake is a big draw.
Yeah, I was born in Finland, and somehow, this being back in Finland.
Yeah, it seems to be when you come here, you find out nature is it's the biggest element.
Yeah, yeah.
The whole thing.
Come here for the lake.
Yeah.
And there is something about this lake. I don't know, maybe the size or the coldness of it. Or twice I've had people get out of the car and stand by the car and cry. They're so happy to be here.
But how did that place resist what's so-called development? Resist this become a condominium?
Oh, yeah.
Resist to become.
I've never been attracted to anything just because it made money. But this place is profitable, and it's because it's in high demand. But if it was less profitable, I'd still be here.
The more you spend time at Bob's Cabins and the more you talk to Bill, you get the feeling that the resource reflects his personalities and his values.
A little thing about me that may be reflected out here is when I go to a little house party, if there's more than 8 or 9 people there, I kind of go off by myself a lot, or I leave early. And if there's only 5 or 6 people,
Party pooper, huh?
yeah, I'm kind of a party pooper. Yeah,
Bill loves to leave things the way they are and doesn't make a lot of changes. And the cabins are the same as he had them a long time ago, and that's probably why people love to come back.
That's the beautiful thing. Nothing changes.
Very, very.
I like these big ships going back and forth, and sometimes there's 3 or 4 of them a day, and they don't go real fast, but they're
No.
interesting.
You don't want it to go fast. So, how do people spend their time there at Bob's Cabins, and what do they usually do?
that's what I. That's part of how I tease people about. You get calls and they say, "Well, what do people
Do
What do we do?" And I said, "Well, we attract really boring people. The only entertainment here is firewood and a library. I mean, So if you can make that work, come on up.
This is a book written by a young woman. It's a novel, and it's about a police shooting of an innocent young man. It's supposed to be, it's written from a 16-year-old girl's point of view.
So we're Christians and we seek God here, and He speaks in nature. You walk around, it's very quiet. And we went to Duluth to watch the eclipse, and it's cool. Yeah.
Right now, I'm reading a book about the Vikings.
People have to, be more creative and resourceful and rely on themselves.
Self-resourcefulness is a term I've learned from somewhere. It's that ability to entertain yourself.
I mean, there's firewood if you want to fire. There's a little hot plate if you want to cook something. The beds are comfortable, furniture's comfortable. If you want tea, there's a tea kettle and little scrubby things to do dishes with.
At Bob's Cabins, it's very simple. Take care of the environments, take care of yourself, enjoy the quietness, enjoy doing nothing.
I don't want to wait on people, so they have to wait on themselves, and so we just tell them to pay for the firewood. To remind people that when they throw things away, where it goes. All the crap we throw away goes, it's still on the planet. There is no away. We don't throw things away. It's still here.
Great job in here.
We don't, it's kind of been lost in the past a little bit, but we once had a policy. We asked people not to feed seagulls.
And as he's saying that, I looked behind him and saw that.
50 seagulls, you're the center of their life.
For a few seconds.
Yeah.
But we all know that doing nothing is very hard to do. So how people do it?
And people out here, I think they learn how to do nothing by watching other people do it.
I enjoyed Bob's Cabins. I enjoyed Bill's conversations, but it is like anything else. Time to go. Time to take all my memories back to the city.